right, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I'm dead. All right, y'all, we just took a shot. Welcome back to Down with the Get Down. This your boy, Romel.
Hey, yeah, boy, Derek.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We have a special guest on the line. We just took our, we are shotting up for New Year's. It's currently 31st right now. We are playing a gameplay right now. We are on Tekken 8 demo. If you guys hear a new voice in the background, that's our special guest. Ding, 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 ding. Miss Heavenly Sequoia. Welcome back. Welcome back, our recurring guest. How you feeling? How you living?
I feel great. Happy
All
New
right,
Year.
guys. She's faded. We love that. So this is this is just the early. This is just the intro we're doing right here. We're gonna jump right directly into the gameplay. The first recording initially didn't go through since we're recording. Oh yeah. Shout out to Heavenly for I got a PS5 for Christmas. Love you. So I am playing currently from my room and she's in the living room on the other headset, so you guys will be hearing,
You're rolling
well,
with the
not the other
big dogs
headset, from the
now.
controller, because we gotta get a new headset. So you guys bear with the audio. It should sound fine. We've tested it, so hopefully everything goes through smoothly. We appreciate you guys coming through. Let's go. So this is the second half. We hopped over to Tekken, so we can get a little bit of gameplay at that. But Derek can go ahead and kick it off as far as what we are getting into.
You're gonna need to kick it off because I still don't know her name.
All right, never mind. So so he's coming just like her boyfriend. If you guys haven't heard, so Miss Gabby
Pause.
Douglas.
That is so wrong. It's Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. See, I'm fucking it up too.
What did you say?
I said Gabby Douglas. I said the wrong person. So see, we on the same thing. See, this is why we have Heavenly on here, because she's our residential woman host who knows about womanly things. So as far as with Simone Biles, they said that her husband they're recently married. Do you remember his name?
Me? No.
Uh,
I don't remember her name, so I'm definitely not gonna remember his name.
so both of them, I guess, are just unknown individuals. So, but anyways, her dude, he is a NFL football player. Um, and pretty much most people know Simone Biles as the multi-championed gymnast, getting many gold medals damn near every time she goes, if not every single time. But she's up there. Like right after I said Gabby Doug because she was on my mind as the other black gymnast, but she was the one killing it right before her. And then she ended up, did she retire or something?
Yeah, she
She
was.
died.
No, she did not die. I don't think she died. I don't
It was
think
a
that was the
terrible
case.
tragedy. It was on a fire and everything.
It was a burning fire. Everything was awful, awful. But what the controversy is going on right now is that people are upset with the husband for hopping on the podcast recently. I think it was a sport podcast, but he was talking about him not knowing her, like not knowing her at all prior to her dating. So it was kind of like when they hopped on the dating site, they hopped on like one of those rich people inclusive type of you got to pay to get in type of dating sites. And
Yeah,
like
like
they actually,
everybody's on there is like rich or something.
yeah, it's like everybody on there is verified, so you can't hop on there and be a regular. So they found each other through there. What'd you say?
Loser.
You ain't built for it, fucker. But nah. So yeah, they hopped on there. History. They dated each other, and supposedly he never knew who she was prior to that. And everybody is losing their shit, saying like, "How could he not know her? He's a loser."
His name is Jonathan Owens,
Jonathan Owen. Who does he play for?
the Green Bay Packers,
There you
number
go.
34.
Oh well, I was kind of close in my head. I
Number
was gonna say
34.
I was gonna say a random team that was maybe football. I don't know. I don't watch sports.
Me neither. I just keep up with playoffs every now and then. But I wasn't.
Are
I
the
was.
Pistons a football team?
No, no, no.
Oh, then I'm glad I didn't say it.
The Detroit Pistons. That is not even their
I
name
don't
anymore. I
know.
don't think. I think
I
ain't
don't
that
even
for
know that they're in
that's the
Detroit.
basketball team.
I don't even know they're in Detroit. That was new information to me.
I don't even know if that's the name anymore.
Mm.
Trying to think. Ooh, who do I have? I have Paul. I don't know who he's talking against, but he look intense. Oh, that's Brian. No wonder.
Uh,
But
Anyways, so they
yeah,
were.
got distracted.
You're good, man. Shit, I've never seen that counter before.
But yeah, as far as with Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens, he hopped on the podcast and she supposedly I remember you telling me recently, Heavenly, that wasn't he in the background? Well, like wasn't she in the room during the interview?
Yeah, they
yeah, if
were
I'm not
there
mistaken,
together.
she was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there
So
together.
oh yeah, so they knew everything that was going down, and people were blowing their lid. Majority I've seen they talking on X/Twitter, whatever. The girlies on Twitter are going crazy, saying that like this man is disrespectful. He's a nobody, and they're basically handling the dirty work for him, and well, handling
You're a
dirty work for
nobody.
Simone Biles.
They're instantly saying that they should just get a divorce.
Yeah, and they're like, he did this. He's basically disrespectful. Girl, he's trying to play. Like they basically said that they're trying to son him because they think that he sunned her on the podcast.
Yeah, even though this man just said an actual story of what happened.
And that's what I'm saying. And then I would think, Olympians. Well, she's more of she's been on. I'm pretty sure she's trained to be on social media a little bit, maybe on TV because of her status. But at the same time, I was thinking, I was like, if she wasn't trained, then she would have probably had a reaction if she cared. But she didn't even care. And then she proceeded to double down on not caring when everybody else was in their chest about it. So I was like, if the person who y'all want to care about it don't even care about it, then why are you stressing? But it's just the point of being pressed. It's those false narratives that they put out there, and people are like, you need to be upset. Like they think this girl in the sunken zone on some get out type stuff, sunken place.
Yeah, but it's a whole bunch of like bitter women that are probably not in relationships themselves.
No, that's probably the case because I feel like if you're responding like either that or you just one of those is responding, but you don't even do that shit in real life.
Shit. I mean, nobody that's in like a happy relationship is gonna actually give a fuck like that, you know?
Hmm.
It's
Well,
only
I don't.
people that are on the internet that aren't happy with their lives. They're like, you should be unhappy too.
He's like, I don't like it, you don't like it, but I don't know. Heavenly, what's your take on it? Since I know you like majority, I've seen the majority of females speaking on the situation. How do you even think? What you think about it?
I don't think that they should care. Like, I think that they are a wonderful couple. If he didn't know, oh well. I mean, a lot of people don't. Hell, she probably didn't know who the hell he was. So like, it doesn't matter. Love is love. Leave them alone. People, the internet is just that. The internet is literally just that. They have no word because of how chaotic and how dumb people are. So I say, fuck them and just keep, living happy. Yeah, I'm lit as hell.
She lit me.
I mean,
we're
yeah,
call- we're calling
like,
y'all from the late hours.
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like
Hmm.
these people that have these issues are not anybody, which is the reason that I say that they're not in any happy relationship, or more than likely not in any relationship, is
Hmm.
because their instant reaction to something that is a
Normal
normal
people.
thing
Hmm.
is to break up with this person. And that's not a normal response.
But that's the everyday response now. Every time, like you're in the smallest inconvenience, oh, it's over with. It's a wrap. Oh, we got to break up now. You did this. Let's not talk about the situation. It's a wrap.
But that's because people aren't good partners.
That's true.
There are a lot of people that aren't good partners, and they let the internet kind of influence the way that they do things, you know? Like if
She
the
never
internet's
gave
like,
off in. Yeah.
oh man, this is how this should go and this how this should go, you should probably leave this person if they do this. And whatever her name is, I'm never gonna remember her name.
Simone
Whatever her
Biles.
name is, yeah, her. She's just like, I don't know why you guys are so upset. I'm happy. All of it, because like the look on her face was like everything that he's saying is true.
She looks like she's in full bliss whenever she just sitting there next to that dude. Like she just be there, she just be vibing. Like little the meme. What it's like when you out in public with your boyfriend and your brain not, you just turn your brain off.
I've never seen that, but yeah, I know what
Oh
you mean.
no,
Yes.
okay. She knows. Yeah, I'm like, you sent it to me. Like when we were just out at Walmart, and all of a sudden you're not using any brain cell because you out with your dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how she was looking when she was around. She was like, "It's my man. It's my man." What they say, my man, my man, my man. That's
My
that's
Oh.
me.
that's that's how she was standing. She was standing by. She said, "I'm gonna stick beside him."
I mean, yeah, because what she put like 2 posts out, I think, telling people to like leave them the fuck alone, and people still aren't leaving them the fuck alone.
Cause they think she in a sunken place, bro. She's stuck. They gotta convince her that her happiness is
Need
not happiness.
saving.
She she needs you need me to save you.
Say, yeah, like we were talking earlier.
We're talking
All these
about.
weirdos need have a hero complex about a person that doesn't need saving.
I'm dead. He's talking about me, y'all. He's,
I wasn't
he's
gonna say that part, but yeah.
he said he talking about me, y'all. Things we have to work on, y'all. I'm talking. You're hearing what do you say earlier, baby? You said the pot caught in the kettle black. I'm speaking to y'all from a personal standpoint. You gotta calm it down.
Absolutely.
You gotta calm it down. When y'all sitting here thinking people need to be taken care of, it's the same thing with the whole what was that girl name? The Kiki Palmer. Everybody was in their situation, and I was like, y'all don't even know the full extent of both sides. So we don't know fully the situation. It does look bad. It does. Like I get it. I agree with you. I'm like, shit, look a little crazy sometimes. But then them going back to each other, you gonna be mad because they're gonna do the same thing. So you can't even be too hung up on people's love life, or especially these
I mean, yeah.
celebrities.
I mean, yeah. Like I would say that situation was a little bit different because that is blatant like disrespect. But
Yeah,
you
that
know,
one's a little bit more black. I say okay. One, Krishan and Blueface. That's one where they constantly try to get that girl out of that situation just to find out. It was like, I mean, she might be a little, she. I was like, it goes both ways. So like when you expect
it's like
somebody to get out of a
yeah, because they
situation and
you
they
had
don't.
like that. Yeah, because like they kept showing like that one picture of her when she was like doing sports and
Uh
she
huh.
looked normal and they're like, see, she used to be so good until she met him. She was always crazy.
She
You
was
can tell
always
because her
crazy.
family was crazy.
Ah no, I thought that was the wild part. I remember specifically me and Heavenly, we talked heavy on the Krishan. Like I mean, all three of us low key, but I know we talked a lot about the Krishan thing because I don't know if you were on the wave of women that were like I was trying to like be like wake up. But how do you feel now about people like that? Heaven, can you hear me? Did we lose you?
Oh, wow.
Look
No.
at her.
What'd you say?
No, I said as far as we were comparing the situation with Simone Biles and her husband Jonathan Owens, we were saying how the social media right now is trying to push the narrative of wanting her to like wake up and stuff like that, and she's like, "Nah, I'm good." I said it's a
Yeah.
similar situation, less drastic, of course, but similar to when they were telling the same thing to Kiki when she went back, and then the
No, to
same.
Krishan.
Oh, Krishan when she went back. I originally said Kiki Palmer and her dude, but I was like Krishan and Blueface was more of a better comparison of like trying to get somebody out of the sunken place. But in their situation, it's more of like a you can't get nothing fixed, so it's like why even bother? And I was like, this is similar to where it's like if the girl is happy, the girl happy. And it's the same thing
Yeah,
with
if it
Krishan and
ain't
them. They
fixed, don't
toxic, they
broke.
toxic.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it. There you go.
hmm And I was like
Um,
seeing women like that where people when like that community goes so hard over trying to wake somebody up. Do you think that that's their place? How do you feel about that?
no, I don't think their place. Like, especially if there's literally nothing wrong, and like we see that there's actually nothing wrong, then no, like shut the fuck up. Like, there's no point of you talking, but people are gonna talk regardless. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, they're gonna talk. They could have posted a picture of her and him having a baby. They're gonna say something about it. They're gonna be, oh my god, he forced you into having a child, whatever, whatever. They're gonna say something about it.
Hmm.
So it's just like, at this point, it's just kind of like, you literally have to sit there and ignore. It's easier said than done, but you really have to sit here and ignore the internet, social media. It's because it's toxic. It's horrible. It doesn't matter what you do. You can literally step on a fucking pebble wrong, and you are instantly canceled for it. So I feel like this
Stepped
is
on that
going to
pebble a
be
little
a
too hard.
continuing
I'm calling
thing.
the cops.
Exactly.
Nah, it'd be like that. It was I remember D, you were talking about it as far as what people are caring about. I'm trying to remember because you just said not too long ago. It was on the same vibe of what she just said about people caring like people caring too much on social media. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No, but I will say that people, like the people that care so much about this, they care so much because they live meaningless lives. And because their is meaningless, they try to find meaning in trying to dictate what somebody else should do because they have nothing else better to do. You see somebody that's happy, and because they're happy and you see something very small, you want them to now not be happy anymore because you are also unhappy. And that's the type of people that say these things. Because honestly, nobody has any right to say anything about any person's relationship and trying to tell them that you should leave this person
Hmm.
if they don't know that person. Because,
Yeah, you
like,
don't know.
the thing is, at the end of the day, right? She does, like, I might not know this chick's name, but none of these people that are saying these things to her and trying to save her, she doesn't know that any of these people exist. They can literally die tomorrow and she won't know nor care. That's
Oh,
Exactly.
how
okay,
meaningless
okay,
your life
yeah.
is to her.
That just reminded me what it was. You were talking about Jonathan Owens. You were like, I don't know who the girl is either, so I don't see any problem, anything wrong in what he said. That's
Oh,
what.
yeah,
That's what.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was saying, like, uh, if you get a whole bunch of people together, there will
Hmm.
be three types of people, maybe. I might have counted that wrong. I don't know. Uh, like, there'll be people that have never heard of her.
Hmm.
There'll be people that know her by face and not by name, and then there'll be people that know her by name but not by face, and then people that actually know her. So I guess it's four.
Hmm.
And he falls into the first category of he did not know her, and that's a very normal thing. She's not like, yeah, she's a famous person, but she's not LeBron.
Yeah. It's like she's not Jordan. She's not. It's not the names that you everybody kind of knows. But it's even
Right.
people
Like,
that don't even know them.
there's very rarely any person that doesn't know who LeBron is. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean that's. I mean that
Like,
is.
you'll more than likely, like, if out of 10 people, if you ask if they know who whatever her name is, you'll probably run into those four groups of people
Hmm.
that I named, and it might be a mixture. If you ask them if they know who LeBron James is, you might have one person that says, I know who he is, but I don't know what he looks like. And everybody else will more than likely know who LeBron James is.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's a different type of fame. I think when you are
It
when
is,
you're
but
when you're
that's what
one
I'm
of
saying.
those like yeah, she is like she's up there because of the Olympics. But like if she was just a regular gymnast, then you probably wouldn't hear her name or
Well, the
even
other thing
remotely
too,
see her face. It'd be like, oh, I don't know who this is.
yeah, the other thing too is like, women for some reason seem to think that female athletes are more famous than they really are.
Are you talking about like how they do with the WNBA?
Yes,
Yeah, I do feel
because
like
like
now
these
they've
are
gotten
also the
it's
same.
become a lot more interesting now because people it's been such a buzz about it that now we're starting to recognize these people. But yeah, in the past couple years, like beforehand, no, I didn't know any of these folks.
I mean, I still don't know any of these folks,
I
but
know a lot of them now because they're popping up on my feed.
yeah, but I mean, just in general, not just the WNBA.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's one of those things where like more. male athletes are known than more women athletes, and just because
I'm
you
dead.
know,
That popped up on my screen. Haven, I don't know if you can still hear. That popped up on my screen while you were recording. She over here rolling, and all of a sudden I see
Oh
a
my
message
god, I'm
pop
so
across my
sorry.
screen. It said the Blizzy is ready. No one knows what that means though. But
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. It's so unprofessional.
you good.
that's funny.
You are good. It's New Year's. We finna drink. That's what the Blizzy is. Wink, wink,
Nobody.
nudge,
Well,
nudge.
I was gonna say nobody knows what that means anyway, so it doesn't matter. They can just assume, but it really don't. It don't matter.
Hmm. We had a good time anyway. We did what 14 on the last one, and then this one's set at 19, so we can go a little bit if you have anything else.
Yeah, it's really just people need to learn how to leave motherfuckers alone and let people be happy with the people that they're with.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, you mean absolutely nothing to this woman. If you die, she will never know.
You keep
And
saying this dead
honestly,
shit. You just gonna let people know that's
I
they
lit-
know she does
because
not care about you.
I really want people to understand how meaningless their life is to a person that they've never met. Like, because
Hmm.
you're essentially wasting time within your life trying to talk to somebody who you'll never meet. And even if you do meet them, they'll more than likely forget who you are because you might not make any significant impact within their life.
That is true. Oh well, if you think
Like,
about it, that you, my bad. I didn't want to cut
mhm.
you off.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was like, if we take in consideration the fact that we are kind of like we were technically Zennials, we're like millennial, but Gen Z, like right there. So we were the ones that came up with regular celebrities, like people who we looked at as being untouchable. Like these folks was supposed to be like not accessible, like Hollywood type people. And then all of a sudden, when YouTube came around, the streamers and Vine and TikTok came around, these people became a little bit more relatable. And then some of the celebrities even hopped on that wave. So now everybody feels like they can have an opinion on your shit. But back in the day when they just had stuff on magazines, you see Dolly Parton pop up on some, oh, she did this, or Tom Cruise is dating this person, or Johnny Depp is with this person now. It's only word of mouth, or you watching like the news or something. That's how you got your celebrity stuff. So you can really never, if you got a chance to even have an opinion on celebrity matters, it would be like you had to submit it through like something on the
A
news.
letter.
Yeah, you had to. So it was some shit that it was like fighting through hoops. But now you can do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too also depends because I don't follow either of them,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know how they post, but a lot of it also depends based off of how much of their life they show online. Right? Like if they're
Hmm.
constantly posting certain things and stuff like that, for some reason that makes people feel as though they actually know you personally because they look at your personal life that you post. And so they feel like, well, I'm your friend now. I should say whatever I want to say and you should
Mm.
listen. Even though that's not the case. You're just random username 5486.
Random so and so and so. But that's the same thing as like with what we always joke about with OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's becoming, everything's accessible. Everything's easy access. Everything is right there for people to engage with. And they don't really give a fuck if it's a person's real or not.
I mean,
They're
sure,
gonna and it's gonna
but
be
at
the
least
narrative that gets spun because it's majority is that's showing the majority, I guess. And then you got people that can make multiple accounts and stuff and say multiple things, so you never know if it's just one dude who's lonely as fuck and got like 50 accounts.
a whole bunch of time. But you know what? I'm gonna say this because you brought this up, and now I'm gonna say it. I respect people that do OnlyFans way more, like that subscribe to OnlyFans way more than the people that are trying to talk shit about their relationship. Because at least they pay for the interaction, so they
I'm
actually
dead.
talk to the person.
You're right.
But
At least
you,
they have to. They can say something. You can't say shit.
like they can at least actually talk to that person because they're paying for the interaction. But you're over here sending things for free to a person that will more than likely never read it. You're a loser, and like the person that's sending money, like yeah, you can call them a loser too, but you're worse than that.
He was like, "You're a loser and you're bitter." It's one way he's a loser. At least he's making something out of it.
At least he's
Something.
actually talking to the person. At least he's actually has some sort of small type connection to the person. You do not. And honestly, I think you should probably just jump off a bridge.
That's
I
aggressive.
mean, she won't miss you either way.
Either
She
way,
won't even know that you did it.
just go. You got to double down on that part that she don't know you.
Oh yeah, because I feel like the more that you pull people out of this weird psychosis of thinking that this person actually knows them, the easier it will be. Because again, like I said, like you can spontaneously combust tomorrow, and she'll never know about it. Well, she might, because spontaneous combustion is not a normal thing. I guess if you want to be recognized, spontaneously combust.
If you want to be recognized, hold a sign, Simone Biles. I'll be a better Jonathan than your Jonathan. Just hold it down like that.
Change your
She'll
name to Jonathan.
change your name to Jonathan. Get a little taller, join the NFL. Just casually join the NFL. Just walk on like it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, I also want to say this too. A lot of people, for some reason, have a problem with him saying that men are the prize.
Oh, he
Um,
did say that on there.
yeah. Well, one, I think that's dumb to say because I think
Mm,
that both people within the relationship are the prize and not just one person.
there you go.
And but I will say the reason that dudes would say that is because we're told constantly that we're not.
Hmm.
So like it's an understandable thing. And I'm sure to him they're both the prize in their relationship. I don't know personally. He might not think she is. But
He looks at her. He looks at her. You're not worthy.
because I mean, I can understand why he would think that he is the prize too, considering
Mm.
that he did literally nothing and she did everything.
She did click on his ass. She's like,
Which is
who ain't gets who?
Which is weird too, because for some reason, women are also talking about how he's not a man because she had to go after him.
Mm.
But isn't there like a whole dating website where women go after dudes?
Yeah, it's Bumble.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I don't understand the whole thing. Like that's a normal thing that happens today. Now, I get it. You guys think that women are incapable of doing something that a man can do. I'm not a sexist. I believe that women can do a lot of things that men can do.
He
But
said,
if
"I'm
these
not a
women want to be
sexist."
sexist, then they can be sexist. And that's very misogynistic of these women to say.
It's very. You got. It's like basically. It's like, hey, you're trying to resort back to roles that you don't want to be in, but you low key want for us.
Exactly. This is weird.
I just love when people openly just stand by their significant others in solidarity.
Absolutely.
I love when somebody does it because then I feel like it kills it with kindness, but it kills it respectfully with kindness. It's like bro, that's not even what we own. It's like it's not even what we own. We don't even care about that.
Right. Like
And
so, like a normal
mm,
story for them that they have probably told I don't know how many times
mm,
and it's just a normal thing to them. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to tell the story and it's all over. And then all of a sudden they just see it blow up on the internet that people are upset. And they're like, I don't understand the issue.
it's not one. I think that's the part that like how you said you want to get through to people that shit not real. Like they're basically stuck in a mindset that nobody cares about except for them, and they can't realize it.
Hmm.
I think that's just a byproduct of everybody saying that everything you say is important.
Yeah, we shouldn't do that.
We teach everybody that everything you say gotta be heard. Everything is important.
Yeah, like people, because that comes from, people and parents now not telling their children that they truly don't matter in the grand scheme of the things of everything. And truly, like, because, people have to understand, like, you truly don't actually matter to,
Mm,
like, you don't actually matter to anybody who's not somebody that knows you.
And that's okay.
It's perfectly fine. Like it sounds harsh, but at the same
Mm.
time, it is reality. Like
Yeah.
if any person that's listening to this, and if you're listening to this, I do care about you. But any other person
Yeah, let's
that
let them know
isn't
real
listening,
quick.
yeah, because you're important to me because you're listening. But any other person that's not listening, until they start listening, they mean absolutely nothing to me.
And you tell them. You tell. I saying whoever's listening. You tell them you're not important until you hear listening down to get down.
Exactly. Tell them that living a
Yeah.
worthless, meaningless life until they start listening to us.
Hmm. You're just like Jonathan Owens.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, they've constantly tried to disrespect him on the internet by only calling him whatever her name is husband and not like his
Oh,
actual name.
Simone. He's only addressed as Simone Biles' husband and not as himself.
Yeah, which is really weird.
I think that I do agree that it was kind of it. The only thing I say that was weird was him saying like the whole man is a prize. I get where you're coming from, but then like when people do say it on like live on like broadcast and stuff like that, I kind of do cringe. I'm just like, I get it, but I remember when it first came out, it was cool when it first came out. Like when I first started was hearing about it, and I was like, you know what, that's a nice thing to feel. I appreciate being appreciated, and then after that it became the gender wars we always talk about, and I was like, all right, now this nigga's getting corny. I see.
Yeah,
I was like,
and also,
I was like, all right, how much of the prize do you want to be before it's become selfish? And that's how I pose the same question. I'll pose the same question over on your end. It'll be the last question I ask on yours, Haven, um, about the whole prize situation. How do you view that?
how do you?
How do you?
um, I mean, I feel like everybody is honestly a prize. Like, you just might not be somebody's prize. Like, you just might not be your crush's prize, but you're a prize. Um, but I don't think it should just be singled off to one thing. Like you said, like it was cool when it first came out for the men. Huh, how are you guys? Um,
She's an ally.
but then after that, it just kept progressing, and it just kind of like okay, you're let's say it. It kind of just became an ick. But then on top of that being an ick, so did the women's side too. So now it's just like a forever battle of basically who's the best,
Mm,
who matters most. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gender wars are pretty cringe. I will say this too. I don't know the guy that they were talking to. I don't know either of them, but I've seen the other guy because I've watched their podcast before in clips.
Mm.
Um, the dude was definitely gassing it. Like he would because like he was and I get it because he's doing it for content, but he would say shit
That
to
would be.
get a response that would be a clip worthy response. And he achieved that, which is how he got that guys are the prize thing. And I'll also say this.
You're like, I
Somebody
respect the
who's
hustle.
I do respect it because like essentially they did get what they wanted because he was
Yeah.
saying stuff to make it purposely seem like he is the catch.
Hmm.
Like that's what he was doing. But I will say this too. I don't know if he's been on many podcasts or something like that, but this actually goes for anybody who's been on podcasts, right? When you're on a podcast and it's being recorded that like live or whatever,
Hmm.
sometimes you just say shit in
Your
the
nerves
moment.
get to you.
Yeah, like you sometimes just say shit in the moment, and it's probably not something that you would normally say. Because like if he said it, and then he heard it over, and then he was like, I don't really like that. They can't really cut that out.
I was just saying that to Heavenly earlier. I was telling her about with him. I was like, no, no. I was saying it. Was it earlier in the conversation? I believe that I mentioned about not being prepped and ready. Like we don't know how much social media training or like on air training either one of them have. I know she's probably had a
Hmm.
lot because of her status, but with him being a lesser known football player, I don't know how much screen time this dude had. I don't know if he's just a regular like. I'm not trying to disrespect his stats, but I don't know if he's up there as far as where the top players are, people who ain't getting cut from the team or like constantly bouncing around teams. But if he is a solid player on there, then I'm like, if he's had some type of screen training, which they usually, I feel like they would give a lot of these athletes nowadays is some type of training on this because they always in front of cameras. So if you going on a podcast, I would think you would have to have some type of mental capacity to not say nut shit. But
I
then,
mean, sure, but at
yeah,
the same time,
but then they're
like
good
if
at what they
you're
do.
yeah, because like I'm saying, like
Hmm.
he might have that training, but he's also at the same time kind of being coerced into saying some clip-worthy shit, you know.
That is, yeah.
And you're also talking because, like, I don't know, these are also dudes that I think also played football or sports or something like that. So if you're
Yeah, they're
just
all.
talking
I think they were all. I
football
think he
players,
was on. I think the guy who you talking about might have been Ryan Clark.
I don't
He
know.
they have a podcast with sports dudes on there.
Yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
because I know they have like a lot of sports guys come on there, but
Mm.
I don't know what's if they've played sports or whatever. But um, you're talking to people and you're just having a good time, and sometimes you forget that you're on a podcast.
That is true. You mess around and get comfortable.
Yeah, especially those chairs that they were in. That shit look comfortable as hell.
Hmm. Yeah, that no, that's some good advice. Be wary, but also like before you go on anyway, whoever bring you on your stuff, you should do a little at least as a guest look a little bit on what their stuff is. They'll probably educate you anyway if they're good at what they're doing. Well, if they care about trying to give you any type of heads up, I know that's usually what we try to do when we have guests on. We'll give you some type of heads up
Hmm.
on the vibe because we don't want you coming in there, feeling uncomfortable. We don't want you.
Yeah,
We
we don't
want you
want
to
to
come in there and
blindside you.
we gonna blindside you. You gonna know a lot of what's going on, and then as far as what we don't want you to know, that'll probably just be a live reaction. But we'll probably still give you the gist of what you're gonna react to.
Yeah,
That way,
but
you just
like I
not
said, like
blindsided. Yeah.
yeah, but like I said, bro said he was like, "Oh, so you're the prize," and then he said, "I think the men are the prize," and that's all that was, and it made people bluff. Like it wasn't him initially saying it.
They said, oh, this
Like
man
he didn't
right,
just say it out of nowhere.
I'm dead. I just played against Jen on Ultra Hard, and I just won with Kazuya. You know what that means?
Pause. That means pause.
that means that means we have reached the end of our recording. But no, I'm about to say to our special guest that came through, Heavenly Sequoia. Do you have anything? Do you have any final remarks?
Leave people alone. No, get a life. You don't have one. You have one.
Yeah, you
Oh
heard
well.
that. You heard that, ladies and gentlemen. Get a life by ours truly. Appreciate you, associate producer lady. Derek, any final remarks?
Yeah, know that your life is absolutely meaningless to these people, and
This
like,
guy.
shut the fuck up. I just gonna say it. Like, your life is absolutely meaningless to them. Get a
I, th-
fucking life. Quit being so bored. Find a hobby
I think
that's
y'all
not
triggered
trying
him.
to ruin somebody else's marriage.
Losers.
Absolutely. Worse than losers. I just want you guys to, when you go to sleep at night, you're worse than people that pay for people's attention on OnlyFans.
Shit.
And also, you don't have a life if you're not listening to Down with a Good Down.
Facts. We appreciate y'all for sliding through for the real ones that's listening on watching on YouTube. And if you guys are watching the gameplay right now, don't judge. Don't judge if you saw some things, whatever. It's whatever. But we keep it on. We keep it pushing. Y'all follow everybody on social media. Follow especially our special guest Heavenly Sequoia. We'll have her stuff down in the description below, as well as ours. If you guys please go ahead and check out the podcast as well. As right, we got a lot of audio platform out there. All the links will be in there as well for the audio versions. This will be strictly on YouTube since we're doing gameplay, so don't expect that on there. But we do have a lot of episodes that have been posted through the audio. If you guys want to catch up on what we've been talking about, appreciate you guys for sliding through. Go ahead and like, share.
And if you're down with the get down, let's go ahead.